Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, Sara Ramirez joins us. She's the CEO of Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada, here for the whole show from an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses. It's keeping the assembly line moving for our workforce. For our brightest minds, it's meeting a deadline. It's on the front line with our heroes. And on the sidelines of the biggest games. It's a direct line to our loved ones. And it's a lifeline for the most vulnerable. There's a lot on the line.
Meet Nevada Health Link, Nevada's official health insurance marketplace. Your link to savings, selection, free assistance, and name brand health insurance, where 90% of enrollees lower the cost of their monthly premium. Everyone deserves access to quality health coverage, no matter your income or family size. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com. A few minutes could save you hundreds of dollars per month.
Nevada Health Link. Our plans are made for your plans.
Hit the road in style during the $150,000 Roads to Riches giveaways at Tamarack Casino. Win up to $5,000 every week and a top prize of a 2026 Chevy Traverse or $40,000 in cash. It's the $150,000 Roads to Riches giveaways at Tamarack Casino.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
Pro Group Management specializes in providing industries with the necessary components to satisfy and exceed workers' comp requirements. Every business has unique needs and specific regulations. Pro Group Management stays ahead of the curve, providing up-to-date services to keep your industry in top form. Discover how we simplify your tasks, improve efficiency, and reduce expense to keep you moving in a positive direction. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're delighted to welcome for the first time to the program Sara Ramirez. She is CEO of Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada. It is a pleasure to have you on the program.
Well, thank you, Sam. It's an honor to be here with you all.
Well, that's very kind. If I asked you to list everything that Catholic Charities does in Southern Nevada, that would take up the whole show. So why don't we start out with talking about the homeless situation in Las Vegas? Obviously, Catholic Charities has been very much involved with this for a long time. We've seen a change in the mayor in Las Vegas in the last year with Shelley Berkeley, who will be on the program in the next week or so. How are things along Four Master Lane? And how is Catholic Charities involved with helping that problem?
Sure. So I appreciate that question, Sam. And, if we're going to be real honest about it, there's a lot of complexity when it comes to homelessness. I think of it similar to an onion. You can keep peeling back layers to kind of figure out what is the efforts that we need to do to prevent homelessness. But then on the same time, what do we need to be doing to intervene? And so at Catholic Charities, like you mentioned, for 84 years, we have been addressing housing stability. And for us, one of the ways we do that is through our 400-bed men's shelter. So we are the largest single male shelter here in Southern Nevada. And one of the things that we are seeing in the community, homelessness is still on the rise here. However, as a community, we have potential solutions. And that is what is so great by working with our local government and our local nonprofits to come together to figure out what are those gaps and how do we plug them so that we can be a safety net. So we have our work cut out for us, Sam, but I will tell you this community stands ready with a yes and approach.
Okay, so what are the gaps or some of the gaps?
Sure. So some of the gaps related to the prevention side is really about family services. So working to keep families together so that mom and dad can provide for their children have their resources that they need, they have the education that they need. So doing a holistic approach and providing support to families as a whole when they're facing challenges so that it doesn't snowball and become a bigger problem. That way, nonprofits can get in and help address it, whether it be helping people with their rent, their utility bills, whether they're looking for employment opportunities, like trying to get people back into the workforce as quickly as possible. On the other spectrum of that is on the intervention side. So making sure that we have our community as a whole has access to high quality and affordable mental health services, that they have easier access into the hospital systems and getting medical needs met. Because you would be wouldn't be surprised to know that some people have had careers and medically they had some challenges and they couldn't get those medical needs met. And now today they are unable to work anymore because they don't have the stamina or they don't have the intervention that they need.
You talk about mental health. Boy, that's been a topic in my career for over 40 years now. And, one of the biggest problems is, the number of mental health professionals in the state. And how do we attract more? It seems like an impossible mountain to climb. How do you view it?
Absolutely. Well, and I think it takes all of us. It's not just nonprofits going out and hiring counselors. It's a partnership with our universities to make sure that we have robust programs to educate and build up local Nevadans to come back and serve in our community. So one of the first is making sure that we have a roadmap, if you will, to educate people, train people, and get them certified in this specialty.
You had mentioned the men's shelter. Do you have a women's shelter as well?
We do not. And I will tell you, Sam, as you talk about the gaps, those are some of the things that we are assessing as a team, where we have men's shelter and there's women domestic violence shelter. But what about family shelters? When a family is experiencing homelessness, why is it that we have to separate the men and the women and the children? Why do we not have a family unit? Which I know as a community, we are looking to address as we go forward. But these are some of the things that we are assessing as a community as it relates to gaps in services.
And one of the things, too, that I can throw in there is, Stacey Alonso has been working so hard over the last many years now to allow pets to be with people who are in shelters, because that's such an important thing. People don't want to leave their pets and go into a shelter, and that just creates an even bigger problem.
Absolutely, without a doubt. And animals are people's pets. I won't even call them animals. People's pets, they are an integral part of their life. And there is research that shows that having an animal helps with your blood pressure, it helps with your mental health. And so being able to have that companionship, which may be their only regular and ongoing companionship, is very important.
Do you have anything to do with the people who are living in the flood control channels? Because these tunnels under the valley have been occupied for decades, it seems. Are you guys involved in trying to help there as well?
So there is a nonprofit in town called Shine the Light Foundation that is very, very active with individuals that are living in the tunnels under Las Vegas. For us as a mission, we are not necessarily down there in the tunnels, but during the day, we do have we call it the lead dining hall. And it has been open every single day for 50 years. And we are very, very proud of that. We've never closed, not even one day. And we do serve a lot of individuals that are homeless and living where they sleep in the tunnels, where they come out during the day and they come and eat in our lead dining hall. So they come and have lunch with us.
It's such a shocking thing to even think that in 2025, in the richest country in the world, that we have people living in tunnels under the city of Las Vegas, that at any time in a flash flood, there would be horrible consequences. You've been building apartments for a long time. How is that going? Are you looking at expanding that?
Oh, that's a great question, Sam. And so we actually are looking to expand our housing stability programs. And so, yes, we do own a affordable 128 unit apartment complex here on our campus, but recognizing that individuals in our community need more stable housing, we are currently just on the cusp of exploring more of our housing continuum to be able to bring on more affordable housing, family unit housings in that arena. So we're still in the early stages on our end, but we're learning and partnering with many of our community partners so that we can step into that arena and help in that gap.
I was doing some research on your website and looking at some of the contributions, and it looks like a lot of the main players, certainly for the gaming industry, have been major contributors to Catholic Charities over the years and continue to do so. So hopefully that will help with the expansion. I also noticed that your coverage area is way beyond just Clark County. You're in Esmeralda County, Lincoln and Nye counties. Are you stretched?
You know, in our Catholic Charities Network, if you look across the network, we have a history of serving very large territories. So stretch, yes, Sam, but I will tell you, our team every single day looks that challenge in the eye and says, yes, and one of the things that's unique for us in our services covering all of Southern Nevada is that you're dealing with the challenges of rural versus urban areas, right? Our urban areas have more access to services and access to transportation, communication skills, and where in our more rural areas, there's maybe a little more isolation, less access to services. So I will say we are heavily concentrated in Clark County, Las Vegas, Henderson, but we do serve in the outliers. But that is one area where I feel that we have an opportunity to how do we take more services out to the rural community? That way they don't have to drive into Las Vegas, or for Catholic Charities in Northern Nevada, not having to drive into Reno.
Right. Well, and I should point out, and we haven't had them on for a while here, but there is a Catholic Charities of Northern Nevada as well that has been operating, I think, pretty close to the amount of time that it's been operating in Clark County as well. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Lots more to talk to you about after this time out.
No tricks, just treats at the Carson Valley Inn during the $100,000 Monster Pirate Treasure giveaways. Thousands in cash and free play giveaways every week. A monstrous $25,000 in guaranteed grand prize giveaways. Don't ghost these giveaways. Halloween awaits at the Carson Valley Inn.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
It happens. And when it does, there's UMC Quick Care.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
The trucking industry is the most resilient link in the supply chain, moving 95% of our freight in the Silver State. And while essential, the road isn't always smooth. Supply chain disruptions, rising fuel costs, and unrealistic rules and laws that hamper our ability to serve our customers and country. Our prosperity and every sector of the economy, manufacturing, mining, medicine, and food from farm to table, is tied to trucks. There's nothing without trucking.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Sara Ramirez. She is the CEO of Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada. The list of different groups you help is pretty phenomenal. Senior citizens, what is the biggest need you have there?
So in our working with our senior citizens, we are so proud to share that we are the largest Meals on Wheels provider in all of Southern Nevada. We have 2,400 seniors who receive a nutritious meal and companionship every day through this program. But Sam, a challenge for us is we have 1,000 seniors on our waiting list who are waiting to get onto that program. And so as our population is getting older, which is beautiful for the wisdom, it is really an opportunity for us as a community to step in and provide support. What is so important about Meals on Wheels is it allows an individual to continue to live independently. Sam, last year, 92% of those who received our Meals on Wheels program shared that if it wasn't for Meals on Wheels, they would have to go into a state-assisted nursing home. And that alone, outside of the dignity and the respect where they could live independently if they had just a little help, but for us, it costs $3,200 a year to help someone stay in their own home for a year, compared to a state-funded assisted living facility, which would be well over $30,000 a year.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't look at it from that perspective, but so many times spending a little money at the front end is a lot better than spending money on the back end. And that certainly works in the crime world as well.
Prevention is always cheaper than intervention. And beyond the dollar sign, Sam, from the monetary, absolutely. But from the human dignity and respect, it's easier to work with someone and to help them continue on their reaching their goals if they're not living on the street and having to choose which bridge they're sleeping under at night. And that includes our senior population as well.
Again, that is such a sad thing. But I do appreciate the fact that when you refer to seniors, you talk about wisdom. As I've moved into that realm, that's appreciated. Another area is refugees and immigrants. What kind of issues are you dealing with there, and what kind of help are you able to provide?
Sure. So, you know, in Nevada, this state has a great history of welcoming refugees to the community. They make up a huge population of our workforce. And every year, historically, Sam, we've resettled about 8,000 refugees across all of Nevada. As we're coming into this year, the resettlement, the current administrations, the resettlement numbers are down. Understandable. They're reassessing what they're doing in their situation. And we're actually in a transition here for the state of Nevada, where Catholic Charities since 1994 has served as the state refugee office. That is now going to transition back over underneath the governor, which is a great thing for the state of Nevada. And we're really excited to continue to be a service partner with them. So there are changes coming as it relates to resettling refugees here in the state of Nevada. And it's all for the benefit of our local community. And we're really excited about that. But I will say, where last year we resettled across the state 8,000 refugees, this year I think we're anticipating maybe closer to 1,000.
Is there any concern for people to come to you because of the current, and I don't want you to get into politics, but just the current political situation? Are you seeing an increase in people seeking help, or are people more concerned about coming to you and exposing themselves?
Fair. So there's a combination. It's a both and approach, Sam. What is beautiful about this state and our state government, as well as Catholic Charities and our other refugee resettlement providers in this state, we all have worked very, very closely together for many years to look out for the best interests of the state of Nevada, our citizens, and those who are coming. And so from a standpoint of concerns, we don't have concerns because I feel like we have a very strong safety net and we all know each other very well and we work well together. That same partnership between all of us service providers, that extends to our clients as well. So in the community, our sheriff's department, our police departments, our federal government is actually well thought of in this community. They do a lot of community policing where they get out and get to know the community before they have to intervene in any scenario. And I think that that really goes a long way. Are there people that are concerned? Absolutely. I'm not downplaying that. But I will tell you, we have all been very transparent in our communication of educating people in the community about the services we provide, as well as about our local government.
Okay, I want to change topics completely on something that piqued my interest, which was your renewable energy installation. This is not a small thing. How are you involved? Explain.
Yeah. So as it relates to renewable energy, at Catholic Charities, we have, I'm going to back up just a little bit, Sam. There are 7 Catholic social teachings that really are the foundation for Catholic Charities and why we do what we do. I share that with you to share. One of those is about stewardship, and stewardship plays into our environment. So being able to have a renewable energy to make sure that our carbon footprint in our world is as little as possible while we're out doing good work. Who wouldn't want to be able to do that, right? It's a win-win for the community.
To say the least. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk about the most important issue after this timeout.
You're in trouble with the law. It's easy to think you'll lose everything, but there is hope. I'm attorney Orrin Johnson. Your first step is to hire a serious attorney with the experience to successfully navigate the legal system for you.
Sometimes hope means addiction treatment instead of jail, and making sure you're treated fairly.
Sometimes hope means fearless trial attorneys will stand up to the government when they get it wrong. Call or text Orrin Johnson Law.
We'll make a plan.
You'll take back your life.
Welcome to Story County, where history meets innovation and a pioneering spirit continues to shape our future. At the heart of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, we power the future with global leaders in technology and manufacturing, driving progress that reaches far beyond our county lines. From advanced manufacturing to tech innovation, our industries are creating thousands of quality careers, fueling a vibrant economy that benefits every Nevadan. Our community is our foundation. Be part of a legacy built on bold ideas and boundless possibilities. Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
Welcome to the Ahern Boutique Hotel, where luxury and warmth come together in the heart of Las Vegas.
We take pride in offering a one-of-a-kind experience for both locals and tourists.
Join us for handcrafted cocktails and an unforgettable experience.
Joel's Chop House, the perfect place to savor views of the Las Vegas Strip.
Satisfy your cravings at the Ahern Chocolate Shop.
No smoking, no resort fees, and the parking is always free. The Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel is your home away from home.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Sara Ramirez. She is the CEO of Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada. There is also a branch in Northern Nevada. Tell me what your needs are and how our viewers and listeners can help.
So thank you for that question, Sam. Honestly, our biggest need right now is support for our annual turkey drive. So this year we have 4,000 families. We plan to make sure that they have turkeys and all the fixings so they can sit down around the table with their family and make core memories and really spend quality time together. So as a community, you can donate frozen turkeys to the mission. You can bring them up and drop them off anytime between now and Thanksgiving. But an easy way, if you can't get out, is to go online to our website at CatholicCharities.com. Make a $25 donation, which will feed a family of 4 over Thanksgiving.
All right. So also, if you're looking for a new big donor, what kind of project would you like them to look at potentially funding?
Oh man, that's a great one. Well, if I can, I've got three off the top of my head. The first one is our Meals on Wheels. We have a fleet of 10 vehicles, and in the next 12 to 24 months, we are going to need to refurbish every single one of those. And we need to make sure that our vehicles are strong and solid to assure that our seniors get their food. There's an opportunity there. We also have the opportunity, as we're exploring our housing continuum, and the opportunity to invest in some land or in some building renovations. There's opportunities there. And then the final one is we are going to be expanding, Sam, our family services to really help new moms and dads give their children a healthy start at life. And we would love the community support to help us get that off the ground.
Well, there are a lot of people that have moved to Nevada and are buying these very expensive homes in Southern Nevada. And if they've got a couple of extra bucks, I think that Catholic Charities would be a great place to direct some of that money. I thank you so much. You are a terrific spokesperson for Catholic Charities. We appreciate you being here, and you're more than welcome to come back.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you for everything you do for the community.
Well, thank you very much, and we'll be right back.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Everyone is talking about opioids, but they're not the only drugs that can be harmful if taken in large quantities or not as prescribed. You also need to be aware of side effects from anxiety drugs, muscle relaxants, sleep aids, and stimulants. Mixing prescription drugs with other drugs or alcohol can be dangerous. If you take an Ambien with a glass of wine, it may be enough to stop you from breathing. Prescribed drugs can be just as dangerous as illegal drugs. Take medications only as directed.
Southwest Specialties has been making the homes and businesses of Nevada beautiful for more than 20 years. Their experienced designers and craftsmen create the walkways, backyards, water features, and a variety of outdoor cooking areas that add curb appeal and value to your investment. Call today or visit them at their website and see how they can make your outdoor spaces special. Southwest Specialties, creative, distinctive, beautiful.
We wouldn't steer you wrong with the gold standard of steaks at Joel's Chop House. Indulge in dry-aged steaks, seafood, Wagyu tomahawks, and great views of the Strip.
Check out our archives section on NevadaNewsmakers.com. Great interviews going back as far as 2002. Really worth watching. We'll see you on the next broadcast.